My name is Mark Williams. I'm the founder of Fathers Reaching Out. I'm supporting the fathers and the carers of postnatal depression, whereas the father actually got to deal with the bills, the household, the children and a newborn baby. And most important, what I found is the isolation of mental health. All in the case of, all in a short space of time, can actually cause the man himself to be under pressure and depression himself. After going through the experience myself, I decided to set up Fathers Reaching Out. I found there's no support for men, even families, as much as it should be. 1 in 10 women actually go through postnatal depression. I'm also trying to educate people about baby blues, postnatal depression and psychosis, whereas it's a big difference between the three. But the most important thing I'm trying to do with the support is just be there on the other side of the phone. I find that if people have actually gone through the experience, they're more likely to open up. And with men's stigma on mental health and being so proud to come forward, I just tell people just, pick up a phone and just have a chat. That's all it's about. The reason why I set up a support group is because there was nothing in the UK, nothing whatsoever. And like I said, it's just somewhere that guys can get together and have a chat. But most importantly, over the phone, I was getting a lot of phone calls of people just to say, how do you cope with this and how do you cope with that, and explaining like CBT and different therapies, and then like signposting them onto other support groups and tell them information for them to get help in their area too. I've been lucky enough to get on like BBC4 and trying to get awareness. And also the stigma of mental health is such a big thing even today. I was lucky enough to be awarded the Inspiration Award as well, so for fathers. But the most important thing is just getting the support out there for the men. I think one of the biggest problems I found was the lack of information, especially on postnatal depression. Even now, it's still something that's just briefly talked about. What I found was, at 30 years of age, I didn't understand depression whatsoever. I was one of those that said, "Yeah, come on, pull yourself together, let's get out there." But it doesn't work like that at all. I found little things like irritating myself, when I wish I could just try and help my wife more, but depression is not like that. It's just not something you can just snap out of. The biggest thing is the personality change I found as well. So you're more or less going from a relationship role to a carer role as well. And also when the wife gets better, the personality changes again back to the wife. So you've got to adapt to being once a carer to now being a partner again. So there's lots of things I have to deal with. But I think the one biggest thing is actually talking about it. I think one thing I didn't do is talk to anyone, my best mates, and just something people don't understand unless you're actually going through it. I think by phoning myself, I think now, especially it's nearly a year now since I've actually gone out and set up Fathers Reaching Out, I've generated a network of people where I know I can pass them on and get the help we really need. For instance, like I said, didn't have no help whatsoever. I was just going through it and just watching my wife going through the illness. But I'm so passionate about getting the help for the guys, which I didn't get. So that was the other thing. But I feel that by giving, just having a chat, I can put them through to the right places. And like I said, if you've actually gone through that experience, they're more likely to open up and tell me things that they probably wouldn't tell a GP. What I found was the biggest thing is trying to get a counsellor, especially on an organisation where you've got to wait 6 to 12 months. The guys need it now. So what I've done is, even though I've got a support group and we talk about general things, we actually got a volunteer counsellor comes in and shows them CBT techniques, how to cope with the stressful events that they're actually going through. I find that it's even harder because when the baby's born, it's such a happy time and everyone's around you, and that's even pressure itself from other forms of depression. But I think my group is more or less a simple idea. It's just talking, explaining how to get to the next stage, how your week's gone, And with CBT, which is, I think, fantastic, little techniques, you know, it just makes it a little bit easier. And it's nothing better than somebody actually going through it with them, you know, more or less like buddying up each other and just being on the end of the phone. I think the main aim of the group is to get the guys to actually talk about what they're going through. Like I said, it's just such a happy time, and people don't realise what's behind those 4 doors when you're actually going through postnatal depression. So what I tell the guys is, you know, seek help, talk about it, talk to anyone. Like I said, pick up a phone and go to your GP. That's the main thing, because it's so many men are just leaving it, and then it's actually getting worse and worse, and his family's actually breaking up because of this illness, and that affects the children. So what I do tell people is, don't suffer in silence. Pick a phone, either it's to me or the GP, and get the help straight away.